Perfect. Because, like, I'm not seeing chat that I should
arrows
see
back and
during
forth.
the run.
Make sure I'm not manipped.
Doesn't count. He accidentally dropped.
Oh, dang. SorcererSiege, man. Thanks for the sub. I see you did that while we were doing this. You sneaky.
Absolutely.
Make it smaller. Tell me I can't make this any skinnier? You are ridiculous with this world.
So I guess if we wanted to get like really fancy with this, so that we could do like I know on like speed gaming they use like RTMP and stuff like that. I did commentary on speed gaming like once or twice. There was like a boogie tournament going on it, and they're like, "Here, watch this real-time media player or whatever, like some old stuff."
Yeah.
I've only used it once. And it was for RGL, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. It's like, I think it actually goes back to like Shockwave Flash or something or whatever.
Oh, interesting. That sounds cool.
Or Flash Media Encoder or something.
I was doing commentary for DarkAlexandr, and they sent me that about a minute before we went live, and I was like, I don't have a Flash player.
Yeah, it's like, please install the plugin. I'm like,
1 minute of complete panic.
All right, I'm ready.
Everybody ready?
Okay.
All right, we're going to do it again from 3 and go on go. So 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. Off to the races.
1 in 2 million shot again. Let's go.
Dude, I still can't believe that happened. It's rare enough to see 2 of them. What are the odds, man? What are the odds? At least if it happens again, you'll know not to throw it away.
Yeah.
It's weird because it asks you, it's like yes or no, and you have to actually, it asks if you want to throw something away, so you have to hit yes, but if you're mashing B and select, you're going to automatically hit no, I believe, and I think that's probably what you did.
That's what I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Then
because then I believe it asks if you're sure after that, but I forget if mashing, because there's a few things where mashing B and select won't do it. One of them is when you die and ask if you want to continue, because if you hit no that you don't want to continue, it'll then ask if you're sure, and yes and no are swapped. No is on the left, yes is on the right. You have to actually cursor over and hit yes. The other one is when you save the game, Dad asks if you want to end your game, and you have to actually cursor over and hit yes on that one, because people have actually killed their runs before by saving in the department store in Tucson for the death warp, and they accidentally hit right to leave before they close the menu, and they cursor over, mash A and L, and it hard locks your game. He's like, okay, turn off your console, and your run's just over. Ooh, I mean, I guess if you saved right there, you can just hard reset and start from that point, but that's pretty annoying.
That'd be a big time loss,
and,
I'm assuming.
And in glitchless, hard resets are not allowed in glitchless either, so it would invalidate the run.
Oof.
But if you're mashing B and select, that can't happen. So the safe thing to do is mash A and L, and after you hit record, then start mashing B and select. So even if you cursor over, you won't confirm your choice. So we've got the 3 runners moving on after the unfortunate forfeit due to internet problems from DarkAlexandr. That's a bummer too, because he wasn't in last. I believe General, weren't you in?
I had fallen in last because I had died
because
a second time.
Yeah. So he was on pace to move on, because for anyone that isn't aware, the way this works is the 4th place person is eliminated. It's a knockout tournament. So now whoever comes in last in this one will be knocked out, and then the 2 remaining runners will face off head to head in the final. So that's a rough break for him, but we wish him all the best, and hopefully he'll be back next time if we do it again.
Bomb drop.
Bombs. So we've got Flib and SorcererSiege basically neck and neck, and then General not too far behind.
I get stuck on those trees. I'm like a kite.
I'm telling you, man, they jump out and get you. Yeah, they're gonna duel to the death, and the loser just off with his head, man. I'm sorry. I don't make the rules.
Just enforces them.
Yeah, it's just like, does he get the thumbs up? Does he get the thumbs down? Does he live or die?
Are you not entertained?
Like Gladiator. So you'll see something here, I think, yeah, from Flib. You'll notice Pokey is actually scripted during this text. He actually will turn and face Mom when he's talking to Mom, and then he'll turn down to Ness when facing Ness. You only see that if you, see right there? You only see that if you approach that trigger for him to come bursting through the door low enough. Because if you're pretty high, which is where you would be in part of the, in the manip route, he just faces left for both of them because both you and Mom are like on a line straight to his left. It's a nice little addition you don't see very often.
Does that cost any time?
I don't think so. I don't think, if in fact, I think it's actually quicker because diagonal movement is slower than cardinal movement, like up, down, left, right, unless you need to go diagonally, because obviously the shortest distance is going to be a straight line. But if you're going to do extra diagonal movement, like in that case, because you don't need to go diagonally up to hit the trigger, you could go straight right to hit the trigger. That straight cardinal movement is going to be just a hair faster than the diagonal movement. So like walking down in that room, when you walk under Mom, the further under her you walk, the more time you're losing. Like you want to walk as low under her as possible. So we've got some stutter stepping going on here. Unfortunately, General getting the fight. You'll notice SorcererSiege actually dragged the enemy. That's something that a lot of beginners don't recognize. What they do is they take the enemy wherever it's at, and they just stutter it where it's at. But once you've done it for a while, you start to recognize that you can basically manipulate where they're at. You can drag them to where you have more room. So it's not RNG manip. You're just taking advantage of the enemy movement pattern. So by dragging the enemy to where there's more of an open path, you can go right through them. And then one of the biggest things about stuttering is just knowing what to take and what not to. Like, as much as the actual raw stuttering skill matters, it's the decision making about what to take and what not that really comes into play. So General has this dog here. He can get by. He needs to stay low and just go straight down. He'll get stuck on the lip. Or he can just despawn him. That works too. Gonna take the guaranteed despawn. Much safer. But yeah, that dog is skippable. And it's really dumb because he's stuck up there. Normally you can drag him down and go behind the trees, but that one is stuck and you can't drag him down. That kind of goes back to what I was saying about dragging the stutterable enemies. It doesn't only apply to them. Sometimes you're going to want to drag other enemies as well. It's one of the cool things about this game not having random encounters like in the Final Fantasy games. Since all the enemies are on the overworld, there's actually a lot that you can do with movement, and you know, a lot of people call it juking. You can juke the enemies, you can get them stuck, you can drag them over, get them stuck on objects like the trees and stuff. The enemies will always move in a straight line to the head of the party, which is usually going to be Ness. So you can use that to your advantage. Something I see a lot of people do, they make the mistake of going around a bush or something, and they just keep going. You ever see those old movies where people are like running down the train tracks with a train behind them? Kind of like that. It's like, just get off the tracks. Just cut that turn, and the enemy is going to make that turn too. As soon as you turn, they're going to turn because they're going straight for Ness, and you can kind of shove them into a wall or shove them into a tree or something like that. But a lot of people just keep running without making that turn, and the enemy goes right around the same object.
Thank you, Darcy, and everyone else who is wishing good luck to the runners.
So Siege got a sub-7 start to the Starman fight here. That's a very strong time.
All right, here goes my 4-round.
4-round is pretty uncommon, but it can happen. You got to get really low damage amounts from Buzz. Ooh, got that smash of 14 from Ness. So Buzz is scripted. He will always do shield, and then he will do either a weak attack or a strong attack. You're obviously looking for the strong attacks. Those are the ones that are going to hit upwards of like 100 damage. So we got General starting it, everybody in the fight. Siege getting the fire there. Slowest thing. 62, yeah, not enough for a 2-round, so that's more than likely going to be a 3-round. Now, a 1-round is impossible. Starman has 200 HP, and the most damage that Buzz can do, if he smashes with his charge forward attack, he'll do 150 damage. There's actually no random modifier on the smash damage. Smash is attack level 4, so it'll always be 4 times offense minus defense. His regular attack is attack level 2, just a bash, and then his charge forward, his strong attack is attack level 3. So those are the damage modifiers. But when you have those attacks, there's also a random modifier, like plus or minus 25%. So Flib actually took the lead here. He must have had a 2-round Starman. He started the fight afterwards, but he snuck in the lead there. But then Siege is only a few seconds behind. So unfortunately, General used all his good Starman RNG on the last run. There we go. That's a nice charge forward there, getting out of that fight. So still sub 9. It's crazy. You saw Flib run into Buzz there. So Buzz, even though he's super tiny, it feels like he has the same hitbox as like a larger object. Like that thing is thick. That's a thick rhinoceros beetle or whatever he is.
June bug.
Dung beetle.
One of those Japanese wasps.
Oh my god.
That's what
No,
nightmares are
thank
made
you.
of.
No wonder why Buzz is so powerful.
You know, people always point out, like, how did he defeat Starman and then he dies to Lardna? You know, some people are like, well, you know, he had a psychic shield, not a physical shield.
Correct. That's what I was
He's
thinking
weak
too.
he's weak to the physical damage. Or other people say that he was weakened from the fight, although he never takes any damage. Ooh, nice nice skip there from Flib. Got the dog stuck on the tree. That kind of goes back to what I was talking about. I mean, he just kept walking, but he was able to recognize, like, okay, you know, I'm going to be able to make it. Being able to do that and being able to despawn really makes the speedrun interesting. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about the Mother 3 speedrun. You can't despawn. All the spawns are like 100%. They always spawn in the same place. Most people agree that EarthBound, which is Mother 2 in the series, is the better speedrun of the 3 of them. The Mother 1 speedrun is that one has random encounters like the old Final, all the old RPGs, but in like the same style as Final Fantasy. A magical bug is still a bug. You right.
Sounds like something they say in Men in Black.
A bug is still a bug.
Bug.
Oh yeah, that guy. Guy, it's creepy.
Sugar.
God.
Doesn't he go like? It doesn't stuff like that now.
Thank you for bringing back those nightmares. Appreciate it.
No problem. No problem. We got more where that comes from.
That's basically Titanic but with a human suit.
Yep, pretty much. So Flib, first one getting into the Pogo Punk fight here. This is typically going to be a 3-round fight. But you can get unlucky, and then you can smash for no reason.
Yes.
So that burger drop there, that's 100%. That Pogo Punk and the Pogo Punk inside both have 100% burger drop. The Yes Man Jr. has a 1 out of 64 bag of fries drop, so you don't see that very often. It's the second rarest class to drop in the whole entire game. So Siege getting past the first Pogo Punk as well. That's usually the one that's going to kill you if it's going to be any of them. Once you get the levels from them in the burger, it's not as bad. What you don't want to see is the charge forwards and the misses. That's not good. Okay, 21, that's really good for Siege there. That's high damage. Now, the Yes Man Jr. doesn't really do much. He's only got two attacks. Every enemy has 4 actions. They can have more, but they actually use something called an AI extender function, and they have duplicate entries in the enemy database in the game, or the configuration table as it's called, and they basically call over to those other entries. But for all of these, they've only got 4 actions. And then so for the Yes Man Jr., he's only got 2 attacks, because he can also do 2 empty attacks.
And he kills me. Alright, sweet.
Oh, man. Poor old General. Just can't catch a break, man. Can't catch a break.
Kept on doing he did high damage rolls every...
Yeah, when you get those charge forwards over and over, there's not a lot you can do.
And like
So
his life is
General
too
getting
low.
past... or I'm sorry, Flib getting past Frank there. Frank is much more dangerous than Frankie Stein because at least with Frankie Stein, you know when he's going to hit you, and if you know you don't have enough HP to survive, you can life up. You can queue it up on that turn because he's almost always going to go ahead of you. And if it's low enough to where you won't be able to survive the roll down, then you can life up on the steam turn. So getting the strong attack, the tear into you is the strong attack. So generally, the safe amount to mash out a heal, where if you queue up a heal, knowing you're going to get hit on the next turn and kill you, the safe amount is about 23 or 24. So if you have that much HP or more, you can queue up the heal knowing you're going to get hit. If you have less than that, you should heal on the turn prior, which would be the steam turn. So Flib getting past Frankie Stein there. Clean fight. Siege will more than likely be right behind him. Like right there. So he queued up a heal on that turn. He didn't get hit for mortal because he got a weak attack instead of a strong attack, but it's still the right thing to do. And Siege getting past him as well. So we've got Flib and Siege neck and neck, only about 10 seconds separating them. General making his way back here. Yeah, his 1 in 10 million chance. Like, dude, Flib, you should go buy a lotto ticket.
I know.
He's like, why am I doing this race? I gotta go.
I gotta get to the store.
Gotta go, man.
Flib's about to set a new PB, and he's like, nope, I gotta go buy stuff, man. I'm out.
Nah, yeah. I gotta... Lottery. Gotta go. Someone's gotta win, right?
Someone's gotta win.
You know what they say? Can't win if you don't play.
Yeah, you're dead, Pogo Punk.
Oh, yeah, getting that smash. That's the payback. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you heard of Fuzzy Pickles. Music, man.
Bum, 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 bum. Dude, that gets so annoying in the all photos run.
Oh, I
Like, you
bet.
get one, bum, 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 and then you do it again like 10 seconds later. Bum, 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 bum. It's almost like the fanfare in Super Metroid in 100%.
Oh, God.
Do, 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 do. Well, fanfare percent. So General making it up to Frank here. Saying something nasty is what you want to get there because that's an empty turn. Frank dodging them. That's not good. Not good. Not what you want to see. Pulling the knife out. He's got 22 here. Can he mash that? Oh, dude, he mashed out the 22. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. 22 is below the safe value. So that's pretty poggers, man.
Whew. Sorry, I was doing some
And he
cardio.
kills him. Very good. Good job on it, man.
Thank you.
What's the lowest you've ever mashed out? Do you know?
I think
Just
it's
out of
21.
curiosity. 21. Yeah, I can do down to 22 pretty reliably. 21, I would say, is about 50-50 for me, and then anything below that, I just have to get lucky. The lowest I've done is 18. I've only done it once. Ooh, nice smash. So he should be almost dead here. Yeah, very good, very good. Nice fight. So we got Flip in the lead, the first one making it up to the slug grind. SorcererSiege here, not too far behind him. Anything can happen with this slug grind, though. Sometimes you literally just walk through this place, and it's just infested with mice. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, where are the slugs?
Wait, is it ever not like that?
Sometimes you come in here, and it's like hold left simulator, and it's just slugs after slugs after slugs after slugs. It's crazy when it happens. It feels like it's Christmas.
Yeah, you're pretty much stuck in like a vegetable garden or something because there's just slugs
Yeah, so
everywhere.
as you can see, Siege got his first pack. Flib is still on the hunt. I think he used up all his RNG on those 3 bomb drops.
It's
Yeah,
all
right.
gone.
I think he used everyone's RNG.
You're right. I think so. Yeah, that's right. Gaming with music. I mean, strong death, ant death. There's, I mean, car painter death. I mean, hell, you can even die to Boogey. How stupid that you can die at the end. It's almost like in Glitchless. The final boss is a run killer. You can literally get to the end of a 4-hour run and just die to the boss if you get a really bad pattern.
Gotta love that.
That would hurt so bad.
It does, man.
It happened to me when I ran Final Fantasy X. I lost an hour and a half to soft locks.
Oh man, yeah, shack fight can mess you up. PRV, there's a lot that can happen. There's a reason why we do. There's a reason why we do manip. Ooh, geez. 2 4-packs. There's a reason why we do manip all the way up through that point, because the beginning of this game is just RNG nightmare. It kind of calms down a little bit once you get Paula in your party. It's a lot harder to game over, because then if one kid dies, you know, you're not done. But when it's solo Ness, it's a lot harder. Got the slugs there. So you'll notice Siege stuttering the mouse and then taking the slugs. The mice cannot join the slugs. In order to have enemies join, they actually have to have a valid enemy group that exists. But in this case, slugs can only join other slugs. So you can safely take the slugs knowing that the mouse won't join. Now, Flib hit one of them for under 28 there. Or I'm sorry, for under 30. He hit it for 28. But with 2 of them left, I generally just leave auto fight on. Now, if you got all 4 of them, the smart play is to turn auto fight off, hit that same slug in case you hit for less than 30 again, at least you'll kill it, and then turn the auto fight back on. Got a goofy 3-pack here. There might be a straggler, and you'll actually... Yeah, and then you'll just instant win. So an instant win, if there's some enemies are weak enough, and in this case the slugs are, you can just take the fight, and you won't even have to go into the battle. You'll just automatically win. So that's what'll happen here, unless he's got something off screen, or he's just, hey, just more slugs, you know. So everybody getting slugs. This cave has not been salted.
Yeah. This is not an after winter cave.
Nope. Yeah, so the thing with the Eagle Orb hard lock, like John said, is the prevailing theory is that you get 2 enemies that do not form a valid group, but since you touch both of them through teleporting through them, that it actually crashes the game because the game can't handle it. Now, you can get some invalid enemy groupings there, like double Chompasaur, double Wetnosaur, and I believe that since they're 2 of the same enemy, even though technically it's invalid, the game is able to gracefully handle it, even though it's invalid, but that it just freaks out when there's 2 different enemies. Like, for whatever reason, it must be easier to handle the same enemy data. Yeah, I believe they've been practicing. And everybody's times are around the same. I can't read off the layout Flib, what's your PB time?
It's 1:11:21 at the moment.
Okay, so everyone is within 3 minutes then, because General has a 109, Siege has a 110, and Flib has a 111. So everyone's right around the same skill level.
Ooh, a single? Where's the off-screen guy?
So Siege is the first one to hit level 8 here. He got +4 offense from that level up. Some people, what they'll do is they'll go into their status menu to check how much offense they have. I mentioned last run that if you have 24 offense or more, you're guaranteed to instant win the single Antoids. If you have 23 or less, then you're not going to. When you hit level 8, you can watch your offense. If you get +2, you're guaranteed not to have 24. If you get +3, it may be 23 or 24. And if you get +4 or more, it's guaranteed to be 24 at least. So you're guaranteed that you'll be able to instant win. I'm like right there, Flib got +6. So he's on his way up. And both he and Siege, if they get a single Antoid, they can just take the instant win. That's really good for people that aren't, maybe they're feeling like, you know, they don't trust their stutters in a certain place. Like some days you're just not feeling it on stutters. You know, you have good days and bad days. And also sometimes when you go through a door, you'll just get forced into a fight. Flib is contemplating his life, deciding if he wants to take the mouse. It's a smart play, though. You avoided the red. That's the right thing to do there. Now, the mice, they actually smash a lot because they have 224 guts. And as I mentioned last time, the chance to smash is 1/20 or guts over 500. In this case, having 24 guts, I think it's 40-something. It's like 43 or 40-something like that. But it's a little less than 50%. Whatever 224 over 500 is.
Good.
Nice stutter there from Flib. He got past that that enemy, either the ant or the slug.
Crap.
Oh yeah, Siege could have actually taken that and just had the instant win. For whatever reason, the enemies on the bottom left there can't join, even though they spawn in that little crevice. I don't think they can actually walk through the crack there because there's a little gap, but they never join. So Siege is going to go ahead and take the burger before Titanic Ant. Yes, you might as well since they already fought the enemy. Okay, so this is gonna be what I was talking about. He came through the door, didn't move at all, and was right on the fight. But luckily, he had at least 24 offense, and he just instant won it. Flib getting a free room, opting not to get the burger, just going through. So he's gonna stutter, even though he could instant win. Very nice. Technically, the stutter's a little quicker if you get it. Nice play. Oh, he's going big. He's going big. So just going to take the instant win there. Very smart. Because if you get a red swirl, it will not be an instant win. Ooh, Siege getting some damage here from Ant. Healing very wisely up to max.
And I made the right call.
Nice rocking. Yeah, nice rocking there. Unfortunately, General's getting introduced to some friends of the Antoid. Might actually be able to run. Yeah, you might actually be able to run because your chance to run goes up 10% per turn. Ooh, getting smashed again. This is a rough fight for Siege here. Healing very wisely. Nice rock in there from Flib. And I thought that was the win. It was this. Okay, so what happened there was the smash immediately depleted the shield. And there you go. So Siege making it past. So whenever they put up a shield, it has 3 units. It would take 3 hits to get rid of it. It decreases the damage by half, but a smash will instantly deplete a shield. So what happened there was he smashed it, depleted the shield, and hit it again for full damage, whereas if he had not done that, he would have only done half the damage. So that was a very clean end. Flib making it through as well. So we've got a race here between Siege and Flib. They're probably only about 20 seconds apart. General doing some stutters here. Taking advantage of the wall riding. Once you get on that outer part of the wall, you can just stutter all the way up and glide on it. I didn't see how much offense he got, so I don't know if he has 20, 24 or more. I'm guessing he doesn't if he's going for the stutter. And he's got it, yeah. Definitely not going for that.
I could have gone for that one.
Yeah, I could have gone for that one. They were nice and low. The scary thing here is going through this door, sometimes they're just on you. And if there's more than one, even if you have 24 offense, you're not going to instant win. Because as I mentioned earlier, you can only instant win if it's a single. Nice stutter. Got to be careful going on there. He very wisely kept stuttering at the beginning portion of the rope. A lot of people don't realize that once you're on the rope, a lot of people just hold up. And the enemies can actually still tag you when you're on the rope for the first few pixels. So you really want to stutter a few pixels up so that they can't get you. Nice damage there, 86 from the rock-in. Gonna heal at 55, very smart.
All right.
Getting the weak attacks. See what kind of rock-in we get. 73, that's pretty good. So those were 2 pretty good rock-ins there. And he's still got a life up. Oh, nobody drained him. Oh, Siege opting for more burgers here. It's a smart play. That can come in handy in Happy Happy as well. Because if you're low on burgers, then you really need to buy a couple of croissants. But if you have enough burgers, then you don't even need to shop. So that can save time in the future having those, if you have them left over. 42, that's a strong attack there. But he kills him. No ant death today. Whee!
Whew. I was freaking out. Now my
Ant deathless this round.
Yeah. Ant didn't kill anybody this time. Very good. So Flib did not buy burgers. He's now only like 5 seconds or less behind Siege. Let's see. 1, 2. He's 2 seconds behind. So we've got a 2-second gap in first and second right now. This is pretty hype.
Thanks, Asa Besa. 13 months, man.
Ace of Base, huh? I saw the sign.
He's actually pretty good at singing that song too.
Open up my eyes, I saw the sign. That's a throwback. So, wow, Flib and Siege are 1 second apart. Although then Flib got a burger drop. So I think they're literally... Yeah, they're like 1 to 2 seconds apart. This is crazy.
I'm getting blocked at every door I go.
Pretty good luck here on these fights. They're not doing too many crushing chops. The crushing chops are their strong attack. And, okay, well, now I spoke too soon. Commentator's curse. Now they're crushing, chopping everything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. Okay, they are literally perfectly tied. They are exactly synced. But Flib had to get a level there, so he must have been a lower level. Siege must have already gotten that. He must have fought something extra or something. But that fade out on the enemy, that was perfectly synced. Nice dodge there on the chop from Flib.
Good work, Flib. Good work.
Thanks.
Okay, so Siege, yeah. Dude, he outplayed it. He pressed all those buttons. Made that dodge happen. It's always so funny when people are like, good fight. And I'm like, I didn't really do anything. I just went in and fired an MBR and got a good damage roll. Good fight, good fight. I'm like, thanks. I didn't really...
You made
don't
that
really
happen.
feel like I... Yeah, I don't really feel like I did anything. So Siege takes a very small lead there with that last fight. Very nice, very nice. So they're back about 2 seconds apart. This is neck and neck. This is hype. So
All right,
both
strong.
runners, yep, going in a strong. Crossing your heart, hoping to die.
Oh,
Stick a
God,
needle in
not
your eye.
again. I have very bad situations with this right now. Okay.
Ooh, 104. Very nice on Siege there. Very nice fight. Wow, we are tied. I think Siege is like half a second ahead.
Thanks, Music Man. I need it.
This is crazy. So General making his way into the second cop. Crush and chop, not what you want to see. What happens here is when they crush and chop a lot, it makes you burn through your resources. When you have full burgers, it's not as big of a problem, but like in Burgerless, for example, you often have to dip into your psychic points that you would prefer to use or to do rock-ins with, and you end up having to do life ups because the rock-ins are 10 psychic points, life ups only 5, so you can do 2 life ups in lieu of a rock-in. Nice smash that General got there on that cop, by the way. Nice smash on that cop, too. But wait, Billy Mays here with double smash. But wait, there's more. Call right now within the next 10 minutes and get a third smash for half off.
Throw in
But if
3
you act-
bombs, too.
Yeah, 3 bombs, but you gotta throw one away.
Oh God.
That's too good, man. That's the new meta. That's the new meme.
Let's go.
3 bombs is just not fair. You're just trying to keep it an even race.
It's true.
I
Well, I
thought
just
you
knew
made
so
his
hard
internet
I was going to
crash.
get another one.
No, you
See?
made his internet
See?
crash. That's why. Too many bombs.
Dude, he got a 1 in 2 million chance and shook the internet to its core. To its backbone, rather.
I'm curious how many people have been able to use a bomb on a backup ant fight after already using a bomb.
Didn't Flip do that last time? Didn't you have a ball last time?
I did, yeah. And then Ant decided to say no.
He's
no.
dead.
So unfortunately, the Rockins didn't hit high enough, but Strong was very non-aggressive there.
Don't
So
talk
really,
to me.
General is only like 2 minutes behind. This is still anybody's race. Anything can happen. I mean, if you die to Car Painter, you have to walk all the way back from Tucson. So
Now, why would you say that?
I'm sorry.
Because it can happen.
I'm sorry. I mean, anything could happen. You could die to.
I died to the
Carpenter.
Pogo guy. Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's be real for a second. I died to the Pogo guy.
Now, at least the upside of dying to the shack fight is that's one of the few fights where dying still progresses the story. You don't have to do it again. If you die to the scripted cultist in the HQ, you have to fight him again. And if you die to Carpainter, you have to fight him again. But the shack fight, if you die, they're gone. You can just go straight into the HQ. Yeah, announcer's curse, commentator's curse, whatever you want to call it. I'll just curse them with good things. Everybody is going to get plentiful bombs and plentiful reflex. Bountiful. There will be a great harvest.
Bomb crops are looking good this year.
Yep. RNG crops. We have planted this with very fertile soil.
We have said our psalms and shaken our prayers.
That's right. Got my prayer beads, man. We're praying for rain.
It gonna rain today.
Gotta make it rain. So see general saving. This is not a safety save. This is actually for a death warp after Carpainter that we were just talking about. Even though the bridge is repaired after you rescue Paula, it's still quicker just to death warp back, even considering the fact that you have to go to the hospital to revive her. So Flib not getting any luck here from these tunnels. This is really unfortunate when they spawn really close because you have to despawn through the door, and it's much slower to do that than it is just to walk back and forth. So Siege is out to a little bit of a lead here. He had cleaner tunnels. Flib not doing the spawn skip there.
It's because I don't know it, and I'm a...
Yeah, you stick to the left there. Siege did.
Left. Gotcha.
Yeah, you stick to the left and then go up right, because you enter from the bottom left, or you cross through the bottom left hole in the trigger. And you can actually do it. Yeah, kind of like you did right there. So you did it. You did it on the way back. At least it looked like you were close to it. Like you just kind of cut it close, and then you can skip the spawn on the way to the door. So you actually have to get this phone call that Siege just got. If you don't get that call, Apple Kid will not be in Berglund Park. Because a lot of people have said, haha, I've got an idea. I'll just death warp after loading the pencil and come out of the department store and go in the back entrance of Berglund Park. But it doesn't work. You do have to get the phone call to progress the story.
These tunnels are not nice to me.
Yeah, these are pretty bad. So Siege is taking the optimal path through here. If for anyone that's familiar with the RNG manip, we actually take a different path and we come in the back entrance to Berglund Park. So a lot of people, when they start running this, they take the manip path, assuming that it's the fastest. It actually loses a few seconds. It's just much easier to execute. So the decision was made when it was routed to sacrifice a few seconds for consistency, because we used to come in from the front and it was really inconsistent because you have to deal with more NPCs like that muscles guy right there. So Siege going to be the first one making it through PRV. PRV stands for Peaceful Rest Valley. And sometimes people wonder, they're like, man, why is it called Peaceful Rest Valley? It's neither peaceful nor restful. But I believe the name it's named that because if you go there, you will rest in peace. It's a kind of roundabout way of saying you're going to die. Because in Mother 2, the name is actually Grateful Dead Valley. But they had to change the name because they were afraid of lawsuits from the Grateful Dead band. So that was the way that they kind of kept it true to the original name. Someone just randomly said that in my chat one day. They're like, you'll rest in peace if you go there. And the light bulb went off. I'm like, oh, so that's why they call it that. So Siege doing the spawn skip there that I was talking about. There's actually quite a few of them in PRV. There's actually an album of images showing where a lot of them are. It's on SDA. Like I've got it pinned in my Discord as well in my EarthBound channel for anyone looking for some tech.
Yeah, if you want to put that out there, that'd be cool.
Just the invite for or I can give you the
Either
link to
one.
it. I don't need to. Yeah, I'll just give you the link to it. I don't need to push my junk.
No, that's the whole point. We're trying to put
Yeah.
the junk for you.
True. All right. Here, so I'll get the
like it's good.
I'll get the link here.
Yeah, we are.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it is my
So-
channel, so I have no problem with that. Do it.
I guess you're right. So there's the spawn skips, and then this one explains how it works. Right there. But yeah, you just go to down the bottom and you download the zip file, and it's just got all the images in there. But you can see what I'm talking about.
And it helps.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because this place really sucks, and it makes it suck less.
It's so easy to get
yeah, because it could still be terrible. Like, even with knowing that stuff, it could still go terribly wrong.
Oh yeah, it definitely
You
can.
can't take all the suck away.
Nope. Gotta still have a little suck, or else it wouldn't be PRV.
It wouldn't have that place in our hearts.
So Siege is getting a really unfortunate fight here. These enemies, he made a good decision there. I probably would have went for the same thing, but he just got a really bad swoop from him. And then it looks like Flib's not... Yeah, Flib's trapped. He's in jail. Is Siege going to make it through here? This is really close. He's going to have to get more butterflies, but he should be able to get out of here. And then... probably could just bash it the rest of the way. These things don't have that much HP. Probably be quicker to bash it than to run. And then he does have healing alpha for the cold. Because he did get one rockin' on it.
They all failed. Both rockins.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still don't have that much HP. I think it's only like 100 something. Yeah, there you go. And then you do have healing alpha to cure the cold. You also get a butterfly though. Unfortunately, Flib not as lucky. He unfortunately died there. So that brings General right back into this. General is right back in this. As I mentioned earlier, it's EarthBound. Anything can happen.
Everything keeps spawning.
Yep.
Trying to get to my... There we go.
So luckily, Siege was right near another butterfly spawn. The cold only does, I think it's like the sunstroke. I think it only does like 2 damage, or maybe it's more. I can't remember how much the cold does. Yeah, I think it's 4. It's sunstroke I was thinking of that does 2 per tick. So he wasn't really at any risk of dying there. Because I've seen beginners get a cold and they just don't heal it. They don't think of the fact that they have healing alpha because it's not something you use very often. Let's see, anybody going to go for the Vogler strats where they go for the life noodles? I highly doubt it. So Siege looking like he... Ooh, that was really close. That was a nice escape there because he was looking pincered. But yeah, you do have to have full HP and psychic points going into Happy, so that's why you had to farm the butterflies.
Learned that lesson the hard way.
Yep. Because you've got to get through the Shack fight, the Cultist fight, and then Carpander.
And nobody wants to see number H, or letter H.
Oh, God.
Nope.
Oh no.
I remember watching that.
That was
Yeah.
so good.
It goes up to H, and then it actually wraps back around to A instead of I. I've heard that it goes to B and then goes back to A, but I've never seen that for myself.
What the heck?
You could,
I totally
couldn't
turned
have done
around
this on the
time.
first try, PRV.
Oh, so
Sneaky.
General getting the kamikaze snake here. These snakes, even though they aggro you, these are actually instant wins. They're kamikaze, but since he turned around and it was a red swirl, he didn't get the instant win mechanic. Luckily, they don't really do much damage, though. So General moves into second place here, but Flib is not really that far behind if he can get through PRV here.
Oops. I'm not there yet.
So you got to do a little shopping. Got to get the Holmes hat and the Sandlot bat. Get a little bit of upgrades. I thought that crow might get siege there, but luckily he got stuck on the fence. So an interesting tidbit here: when you when you talk to Paula, it actually turns spawns off in order, I believe, to funnel you into the shack fight. Because if it didn't, there could be a crow sitting right outside, and you could get that and die, and you could theoretically death warp past the shack fight. If you have teleport here, which can be done from glitch categories where you do a lot of sequence breaking, if you teleport away from this fight, spawns stay off, and you can go do many parts of the game with no spawns. It's actually done in the all photos run and in the no out of bounds run.
Oh, how cool.
It's something that you would never be able to do without sequence breaking, though, because you don't get teleport until after Monkey Cave. Or until you get poo in your inventory. So So this is generally just a 2-round fight unless something goes wrong with the Rockins. These guys have a decent amount of speed, so the Rockin does seem to miss a little more than usual, but Siege getting through, no issues. Hopefully we see the same from General here. What really sucks is when they start calling for help. You at least want the call for help to happen before the Rockin, if it's going to happen. Oh yeah, that's right. They're doing a Pajama percent as well. Kind of a meme category. Okay, no calls for help. We're not seeing Cultist H tonight.
Cultist H.
Yeah, we do not want that. Now, if you ever see a butterfly on the way to the Cultist HQ, you want to take it so that you potentially have more Rockins on Car Painter. But there are no regular butterfly spawns out there. Like the butterfly on the way to Titanic Ant, for example, and then all the 3 of them in PRV, those are all 90% butterfly spawns. If there are any regular butterfly spawns, they're always 90%, which makes it really dumb when you don't get it. You get the 10%. But the game can also just spawn like truly random butterflies anywhere in the outside area. So if you ever get one, even if it's a little out of your way, you want to get it because it's definitely worth the time to get another rocket on Car Painter. So this Cultist fight here for Siege, this is typically just a 3-round, but again, you can get calls for help. These guys are really annoying because they are the same enemy, like even the random guys outside. Even if you get a random spawn for the Cultist, because these guys are scripted in the Shack fight and in the Cultist HQ, you cannot run from the random spawns, even if it's a green swirl. Kind of stupid mechanic there. I don't know if that's lazy programming or what, but there are only a few enemies in the game that can spawn randomly that are also part of a scripted battle. Fun fact, you actually cannot fight Car Painter without the Franklin badge. If you try, he'll just teleport you away. You go to the blue cow by the inn. Ooh, Siege getting a reflect there. 130, that's pretty good. It can hit upwards of, I believe the max is 175. So unfortunately, he always lifes up on turn 2. He's scripted. He does lightning, life up, attack, lightning, shield, attack, and then repeat. So his cycle is lightning, life up or shield, attack, and then 157 is huge. That is a phenomenal fight there. I mean, technically the optimal fight is the double reflect, or double reflect and then your bash, but that almost never happens. General getting a good one too. He got 144. Very good. So he is set up. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any Rockins here. And then Car Painter got a pretty good life up. That was 100 damage. But that's still a really good start to the fight because at least he didn't heal up to max from that. Got to be careful. He's at 21. I don't think he's going to be able to mash this out.
Nope.
Oh.
I had nothing else left.
Yeah, nothing left? Yeah.
Nothing of any kind.
You can grab the, if you have nothing, you can grab the croissant in that present at the beginning of the HQ, and you can also take the eggs from the stand below the drugstore. It asks you how much you want to pay, and you can actually enter 0 and take them for free. The eggs actually heal more. They heal about like 80, I believe, the fresh eggs, whereas the croissants heal about 60, and hamburgers heal about 50 compared to like a 30 from like a bread roll. Now, there's also a random roll. They don't always heal the same amount. But yeah, if you're hurting after the Shack fight, you can just stop for the eggs or take the croissant. Flib getting a reflect there. Double reflect there. All the way across the sky.
Fight.
Yo, did you queue that up on turn 1, the Rockin'?
Yeah.
Oh, man. See, that's risky to do there. The idea there is that if you get the reflects and they're low damage, because you can have 2 Rockins kill him. He has 2 reflects. He has 262 HP. So if you get good enough reflects, they can kill him. Or if you queue up the bash can put you over the top. But some people are like, okay, I'm going to do the Rockin' there. The risk is that since he always does life up on turn 2, if you get no reflects, then your Rockin' is pretty much wasted because he's going to heal all of it unless it's a very high damage roll. So you saw Siege do some inventory management there. He had to drop Ness's defensive gear, namely the cheap bracelet and the homes hat, and he also had to get rid of Paula's teddy bear because he's going to go Death Warp. The teddy bear has a 75% chance to take an attack, so it's basically like a shield. Oh, he's going to go for the PRV Death Warp. It looked like that was a last-minute decision. It looked like he started to go for the mole, which is in Lilliput Steps to the right, but then he turned around, and he's going for PRV. So this is a little bit of a gamble. He must have a lot of HP left after Car Painter. It's typically the only reason to come out here. So He's going to preferably look for a robo and a UFO, or just a UFO. But you can even take the two sprouts in the tree. They'll mess you up. Two sprouts in a tree is acceptable because you can just bash the tree and it'll explode. Now that's the downside there, is sometimes the tree doesn't join. So this is going to end up being a time loss here. But since the tree has the death sequence, it can you can just go ahead and hit it. Now that's okay right there. Like, the sprout can really do a lot of damage. It already took out Paula, but rather than trying to tough it out with the sprout, he's probably going to go for the diamond here. Oh no, he's actually going to go for the life noodles. Oh, but he couldn't get them. There's actually life noodles right there that can save you the trip to the hospital.
There was like every single crow.
Oh wow, it's like the that Stephen King movie, The Birds or whatever.
The birds, yeah.
Dude, the birds, man. And there's two of them, and these guys are fast. They dodge a lot. They have 77 speed, which is a lot for an early game enemy. So Siege probably losing time overall on the gamble there, but he's still solidly in the lead. And unfortunately, he couldn't get the life noodles. So right now, you're going to see what he would have skipped. He's going to the hospital. If he had gotten those noodles, he could skip that. Unfortunately, Flib's not getting much more luck on this, the Death Warp split either. I don't know if they have a split there, but you know what I mean. The segment, I guess I should call it. So General making it through PRV, walking past the last few spawn plates, and it is empty. So he's making it in. So at least he can go straight back to Car Painter. He does not have to fight the cultists in the HQ. He can just go straight back to Car Painter. So Flib opting to just go for the mole. Not going to go mess with PRV. What you don't want to see here is exactly what happened. Sizing up the situation. Now the mole is confused and he can hit himself. But he doesn't. Takes out Paula. You'll see him using the ATM card. The reason why he's doing that is because Ness still has the bat on, and he doesn't want to hit it and kill it because he's trying to die. So he also doesn't want to defend because that'll make him take half damage. And again, he's trying to die. So the best thing to do is to use the ATM card because it's just an empty turn, basically. He doesn't hit the mole, but he also doesn't reduce his damage by half. Now, for boogie runs, I have seen people lately dropping the bat, actually, so they can just auto-fight here. You wouldn't want to do that in glitchless because you need the bat for 3-tunnel and for if you get anything in Grapefruit, Belch's Base. You pretty much would want the bat all the way through Mole Cave. So Flib getting the Death Warp there. That wasn't too bad for the mole. 65 from that rockin' for General. That's not what you want to see. 90, that's better. They made up for it. Not getting the reflex though. You really need the reflex in this fight. So see right there, he put up the shield next turn, so General wisely got those rockins out before the psychic shield went up. That's what I was talking about before. One reflect would do him here, but sadly can't get any. It's a 25% chance for each of these because the crashing boom bang attack is really just Psy Thunder Beta. Beta signifying that it does two of them. And he just can't catch a break, man. That's 25% each time.
Wow.
There we go, finally getting him. Yeah, that was really rough.
However, I would have taken that over dying.
Yep, absolutely. Take it every day of the week.
Why there's so many things there?
Luckily there, Flib going through the back entrance, a lot of beginners don't realize that opening is there. And as you can see, that fence being there comes in handy quite often because you can just walk right in and the enemies will get stuck on the fence versus trying to enter in the front. You would have to despawn them or even worse, just make a run for it and get caught. Which obviously is not going to be a good thing. So Siege watching the show, it's very nice of this game to give a lot of input breaks. Like some of the longest ones are 2.5 or even 3 minutes long. Plenty of time to use the bathroom. You got to be strategic with your bathroom breaks in an RPG speedrun. Obviously not this one because it's just the boogie percent. This only goes through about a quarter of the game. Like world record, for example, for the glitchless run is 3:38:14. But there's plenty of bathroom breaks in there. Siege is grooving, man. Gotta get your groove on. No, man. Hand wash skip, I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Pretty sure if we find out you did that, you're banned.
Yeah. Got lucky this time.
Man, I've seen people go during some of the really short cutscenes, and I'm like, now I know that there's not enough time for you to have washed your hands. I know it. It's like when you're in the public restroom and someone does it, and they don't, like, especially if it's someone you work with, and they don't wash their hands, you're just like, ugh. Ugh.
I shared a sandwich with that guy.
Ew. Ew.
Yeah.
So Siege getting out of here. There is a photo trigger out here. You're going to see him take a little bit of a weird movement. Just like that to skip the photo trigger. Very nice. Don't want to see the photo guy. Coming on down.
The mole wouldn't attack.
Oh, the mole got stuck. The mole got stuck. So obviously you see him turning around getting red swirled on purpose. Give the mole a free turn. Ooh, very nice. He can just auto fight now that Ness is dead.
Wow.
Yeah, you can just, with Paulie, you can just auto fight, or just do some RNG manip. There you go. Secret manip. So this bus that Siege is riding has the greatest turning radius you'll ever see. Watch this. Skirt! As everyone breaks their neck inside.
Oh, God.
What's really good is when it runs over the dog. Not good. Why'd I say that?
Yeah, wait, hold on.
Like,
And
wait,
the
what?
luggage never moves.
Never, man. Got it strapped up there real good.
Oh, I did it again. Too fast on that text. Too fast.
So Siege getting dropped off here. The Runaway 5, you know, they're not a very responsible bunch. So like, hey kids, we're gonna drop you off in this spooky town.
For free.
It's like, get out of here. So, in order to trigger winners, just have to walk through the graveyard here. Sometimes it's just free, and other times it's like Night of the Living Dead. You've got ghosts, you've got flies, you got inexplicable trash can enemies, stinky ghosts.
The trash can enemies scare me the most.
Yeah, they're pretty creepy. And what really sucks is when there's a lot of enemies here, it starts lagging and it gets hard to get away from. And no, Siege got stuck on the tree. He got red swirled, and then a fly joined.
And then a fly joined. They're so fast.
Yeah. So the dang man, they're not happy. They're not happy. So here, the best thing to do would be just to keep trying to run away, and probably just have to take the death. So he's got to run here. Yeah, so unfortunately, this death is one of the least costly deaths in the whole entire run because it puts you right back where you got off the Runaway 5 bus, so it's not that much time. Typically, when you die, you have to go revive your party members, and then you often have to find a way to replenish Ness's psychic points because he starts with 0. Fortunately, the cutscene after this, when he triggers winners, will actually revive any dead party members, and it will restore Ness's psychic points. So you do not incur the time loss of having to go get your party back up to speed. So this is not that bad of a time loss. So if he can get out of here, he'll still be in the lead. General getting the text skip there, or the photo skip. Very nice. Now, at this point, if it's just theoretically speaking, if he were to die again, he would not have to come back up here. Once you trigger the zombies turning around, if you die, you can just go straight into the hotel. I've actually seen beginner runners in this situation that Siege is in, and before triggering winners, they go to the hospital, and they needlessly spend their money and needlessly waste their time. So, getting through there. Still got a lead. Although, Flib is catching up, man. Flib is catching up. See what kind of graveyard he gets here.
Be nice to me, graveyard.
It's a graveyard.
The scary thing about the ghosts is they can actually clip through objects. I don't know if that's intentional or if it's a little bit of a glitch. Although if it were intentional, it would make sense because I mean, come on, they're ghosts. You know, it would make sense that they can clip through things because a lot of times people will see those clip through and they'll freak out. They're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they do that." So that's why it's scary because typically if you have an enemy stuck on an object, like for example in Graveyard, the gravestones, you're safe. You can just walk through because they don't have pathfinding AI unless they're trying to join a fight. That's the only time the enemies have pathfinding AI. But with the ghosts, sometimes people will put a little too much faith in those gravestones and the ghost will just clip right through and say, "Gotcha. Got him.
Got him.
Got him. Hee got him." He's nuts.
Pretty free.
Had to do it to him. Had to do it to him.
Had to.
Yeah, Flib got through there. That was a pretty good graveyard, not gonna lie. It's pretty good. So General making his way out. Got to do the photo skip again after paying off Poochie Fud with the wad of bills. So that wad of bills you get from Everdread. Some people point out that it may be counterfeit because Everdread is a thief, so he may be involved in other illegal activities. Something to point out here is that Poochie Fud, the manager that General is talking to, if you look very closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because he's only a quarter of the screen. He actually has a wide brim hat on, but the brim blends in with the dark purple lines on the background, so you can't really see it. Some people have their mind blown when they see that for the first time. Apparently, Chugga Conroy pointed that out in a Let's Play that he did.
Oh, nice.
I had never seen that, but then someone came in and told me that he said it. I was like, whoa, I've never seen it before. So this guy is a jerk. He gives you a key that he knows doesn't work. Then he laughs at you. No wonder Jeff has so many issues, because this is his school. This is the boarding school. My teachers were abusive. They played practical jokes on me.
They always initially gave me what I wanted, but then they just...
Yeah, so this is why he runs around bottle rocketing everything in existence.
Yes.
Apparently he's been here for 10 years. You can do a lot of psychological damage.
Man.
That's true. Yeah, he's been gone for 10 years from his father's. That's true.
And his father just lives right across the way, right across the lake, and he doesn't even come to visit him. He's like, Jeff, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be back at the boarding school.
Then he just sends him off and is like, yeah, see you next 10 years. That's cool. All right.
Hope it doesn't crash. Like secretly trying to kill him.
I sent you to boarding school for a reason. Now we're sending you to space boarding school.
Space boarding school. So Siege is getting the most reviled character in the whole entire game. The one, the only Bubble Monkey. Bubble Monkey is known for ruining good paces. And the reason why is you see how he keeps stopping? So as you're trying to run past an enemy, he likes to stop and say, hey, you know, what if you kind of didn't get the skip? You know, wouldn't that be nice? Especially in Brick Road when you're trying to skip the protoplasm or the duck. But he's just a jerk. So General having a pretty ugly looking graveyard there. The butterfly was adding extra lag. Oh, there's a fly up there. So for whatever reason, despawning from the left doesn't seem to work very well. Despawning from the bottom does. I don't know if that's like one of those spawn triggers there or something. Ooh, getting the fight here. Oh, it's a double. I thought it was only a single. A single's not bad because you actually have freeze with Paula here. A lot of people don't end up using it because in the Boogie run, there's never really any reason to, unless you're going to do it on Boogie himself. So a lot of people just sit here and bash even though they have freeze. Flip going for the skip on the crow. Luckily, he got it. So Siege walked above a photo trigger there. There's actually a photo trigger slightly down from there. You can just go around the tent, but there's enough room to walk under it if you stay high. So General was able to make it out of that fight, fortunately. Same thing that I said for Siege earlier. Not a big deal. As long as he can get out of here, he doesn't even have to worry about healing or anything like that. All right, it's Tessie time. Do you have the Tessie emotes in here? Yeah, you do.
Yeah, the MS Paint Beast. Heck
Yep.
yeah. Or use
So
your
it's kind of
Ceriam
a-
ones.
Yep, it's kind of a tradition in the community to spam those emotes during this.
Yes,
I don't know how it
please.
started. But everyone seems to love Tessie. It's that big derpy face, I believe. Look at that.
It's just a
Right?
simple animal. You know, just living
Doesn't
his
even
life.
turn. It's like a dumber version of Barney. Just look at that face,
I
man.
love
Hey guys, we'll take you across the lake now.
Dude, they could have at least done like a sprite mirror and made it face the other way when it leaves. It just boop 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 boop, boop and it just goes, man. See? Like you get off
Learn how to turn
and
left.
it just goes.
It still loves them,
Never
I think.
thought about
you
that
know?
before.
Oops, I started.
And then it just kind of disappears. Goodbye. Jeez. You get bored when you watch this a lot. Alright, so Siege is going into Brick Road here. He's going to have to fight the Protoplasm. Technically, it is skippable, but it's extremely hard. I've only skipped it probably like maybe less than 10 times ever.
Yo, Metal Man.
You're hoping that he does not call for help. Okay, well, I mean, he can call for help, but you're hoping that if he does, it fails. In fact, calling for help and failing is, I think, the fastest thing he could do. But this is typically just a 3-round fight. Okay, so unless he misses, he's going to be out of here. Oh, spoke too soon, but at least he's not calling for help. All right, he's good. He's good. So next is the duck. The duck is skippable, but there's a lot of RNG involved with it. You can only skip the duck if, one, it spawns in a skippable position, and you skip it. That is not a skippable duck, so you can invest some time and try to finagle it. That was very good. That was literally the perfect movement from the duck. So he's going to get the skip there. Now this one here, you have to wait for Bubble Monkey to stop so that you can skip the Proto while he's catching up. Just like that. Textbook skips from Siege here. That was amazing. Getting both of those skips is pretty rare, so that was very, very good.
I have been
And it was
practicing that more than anything else.
Yeah, there's still some RNG involved in that because sometimes Bubble Monkey just likes to stop for no reason. Ooh, Flib living from the 9. That would have been a death if he would have hit for 10 or 11. Very nice, getting through the fight. If you die there, you spawn right back at this SE drop-off. It's not a big deal. Although Flib 8 is egg, so if you would have died, you would have had to fight it again with no healing item. Sometimes you can kind of get in a death loop. There is a croissant after the duck if you need it for the Proto. Siege having a very good pawn cave. He got right in. He stuttered it. He got right in this next room after 1 despawn. Now, these rooms where Siege is, these are very risky to stutter. Because see this narrow area that he keeps walking up to? There's another one on the left. So because of those choke points, those bottlenecks, you can get forced into fights because of that. Plus, once you stutter in, sometimes there's a bunch of enemies. And once they spawn, due to all the lag, you kind of just get stuck. Now, he's lucky that there was nothing on the left here, but coming up to the choke point, and he lucks out. There's nothing there. So he's going to be able to get through here. Easy peasy.
Dang you, Bubble Monkey.
So Flip must have gotten the... I didn't see it. He must have gotten the duck skip there, but unfortunately not getting the proto skip.
No, I did not get duck skip either.
Oh, you didn't?
Unfortunately, no. I had to fight him, and then I went and got the croissant just in case.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I looked over and I didn't see it. I thought you skipped it. My bad. So General's just going to take this dog here. That can actually help with Proto 1 because you get a level from the dog. It's better than fighting the crow because you won't get the level. You can get 1 offense from the dog fight and anywhere from 1 to 3 defense plus a 50% bread roll drop. Okay, he got the 1 offense and he got 1 HP. No bread roll drop. That actually helps. That 1 offense will make Jeff do 2 more damage because, as I mentioned earlier, Bash is attack level 2, so there's a 2x damage modifier. That can be the difference between a 2-round fight and a 3-round fight. 2-round fights are very rare without the level, but they can happen. Okay, not too bad for Siege there. That was only a few despawns. That was a really good winter. Really good. Flip stuttering the mouse there.
Nope.
Easy peasy. Okay, you cannot stutter mushrooms. That mushroom was high enough. He could have walked under that, but I do not blame him. That one's not. Yeah, I don't blame him at all, because if you're wrong there, you're probably gonna die. Now, if you do die in Pond Cave, any Brick Road enemies that you skipped are gone. Once you hit the exit, it turns them off. Yeah, mushrooms will just come for you. Not
Gimme
bad.
Tessies, everyone.
pretty good
gimme.
rooms.
Gimme. I'm so far behind.
Anything could happen. You could have a boogie death, or getting caught in the graveyard coming out, or getting a trick or trick kid, and the name is actually Trick or Trick. That's the
right.
trick.
That's the
That is
trick.
trick or trick. It's not trick or treat. I know I'm gonna get got.
I don't know.
So you have to press A at least once here for the Skyrunner to start shaking. Once it starts shaking, it'll take off. You don't have to mash anymore once it starts shaking.
Oh, okay. I was curious about that.
Now you
Yeah. Yep. Some people think you got to mash the whole time. You really only have to tap it once, but you do want to mash it just to try to hit the soonest possible frame when Andonuts walks over, because the window to do it is when he walks over. If you don't do it after a certain number of seconds, it'll be like, hey, why don't you try pressing the button or something? also, that's the only Skyrunner cutscene, or sequence rather, where you have to mash. For all the ones later, like when you go to Shroom and when you go back to Summers, you do not have to mash for those. It'll start shaking and take off automatically. So if you're trying to take a bathroom break, you've got a little bit of extra time.
No, Dad, I don't want a donut.
It's faster to mash B to Andonuts for one of the questions. I forget which one it is. One of them, it doesn't matter. He's the same thing regardless. But for the other one, it is actually faster to say no.
I think it's the donut, the first one.
Is it? Let's get together in another 10 years.
Great parenting.
Epic, man. So General coming into the Proto. Remember, he's got the extra HP and the extra offense from the dogfight. We'll see if that ends up helping him. Because the Proto typically hits for 10 damage, so if it were to hit you 3 times, you would die without the extra HP. Was that a 2-rounder? I think that was a
3.
3-rounder. Okay. Oh, yeah, they have 33 or 34 HP, I think. So it is possible to do it in 2. That's a good duck position. That's actually skippable if you just make a run for it. Oh, got stuck. Looked like he was coming for you anyway. It looked like he might have randomly spawned right just as you were trying to make a run for it.
Yeah, I wanted to get on the backside and get that green swirl, maybe.
You actually can't green swirl these ones because they're scripted enemies, and that's also the same reason why you can't get red swirled. So there's no risk in trying to run past them. It'll always be a blue swirl.
Just learn something, folks.
Yep, that applies to the protoplasms and the duck.
Interesting.
Like, remember earlier I said you can turn spawns off by teleporting away from the shack fight? Those enemies would still be in Brick Road because they're not random spawns. They're scripted.
Oh.
So Bubble Monkey doing what Bubble Monkey does, ruining another skip. So you can get a tech skip here. Siege is going to go for it. I think he's got it. He should be high enough to use it. And he got it. So he skipped the text that says the door is locked. It's only like a second or 2. Coming out here, you can get spawns. Flies are a big no-no. And it's free. So is he going to skip the bear? No, he's going to take it. Some people skip the bear because if Paula dies, it's actually a huge time save for Boogie because she's level 1 right now, and she would get a ton of levels from Boogie. And Glitchless would be a time loss because you have to go revive her after the fight, and then she'd be under-leveled for Pond Cave and beyond. Oh, that was so close. I thought Siege was getting that fight. The expression on his face says, I thought I was getting it too. All right, so he's at Boogie.
Just can't get anything.
Yeah, General's not getting any luck there, and you really don't want to stutter there because you can get pincered. Oh, no. No. Boogie opened up, bypassing the teddy bear and killing Jeff. Siege is going to have to get lucky here. So he may be able to go for prey strats. It is possible to get a 1 out of 16 rainbow-colored light that revives everyone. So he pretty much needs to do the Rockins with Ness and pray with Paula and hope to either get revived or for Ness's psychic points to keep getting replenished so that he can do the damage. Yeah, you want to pray with Ness here, or not pray. You want to do the Rockins with Ness. Okay, Dazzling Light. Unfortunately, that was not the Dazzling Light that chases the enemy, which is a Rockin' Beta. So he's not going to have enough damage to kill him here because he didn't get any damage from the BBR. He's more than, unless he gets lucky here, he's more than likely going to die. He needs to get Jeff revived to get that BBR off. Or get the Dazzling Light that chases the enemy from the prayer. It's a 1 out of 16 chance because it's the same as a Rockin' Beta. Yeah, or he's gonna need some smashes now from Ness, unless he's going to get the revive. Ness is crying though, so his accuracy is reduced by 50%. Hey, there goes the Teddy. Thanks a lot. Thanks for nothing, Teddy. So Flib is making it up to the Boogey fight here. He's got a chance to clinch out this win if he has a clean fight. This fight here, this is why a lot of times people in races will do defend BBR, just to guarantee that the BBR gets off. Because you're never going to have enough time to mash through that. And you would think with the Teddy that it's not going to happen, but it does. Oh, he got it! He got the revive! Get that BBR off, man! This is going to be close. Oh! But Flib already killed him. What? He's still not dead from the BBR? What happened? Did he get solidified?
No, it was like 390.
Oh, it just didn't kill him?
Didn't kill him.
He died from the 1 HP damage. Ness killed him with the 1 HP. Was that 1 HP? Ness should do more than that with the bat, unless he dropped it.
Excuse me while I beat my head against my desk here. Holy cow.
Wow. That was a fight. I'm really surprised that you lived that. You got so lucky with that rainbow-colored light, and the fact that Boogey was not very aggressive. By the way, I think healing alpha can cure crying. I'm not sure if it's alpha or beta, but you can cure the crying and restore your accuracy. I can't remember if it's alpha or beta, though. So Flib is going to take the win here due to the series of unfortunate events that Siege had. But
that sucks, yeah.
that very well could have been a death there. He got very lucky to get through there. So congrats to Flib on the win, and then Siege coming in to a close second. We'll continue to watch here, though, and see if we can get any more theatrics from General. Okay, so Siege is going off. I know what he's going to do here. He's going to go do the tent glitch, I believe. I saw him walking up. Well, maybe not. He's going to the hospital. What's he doing? What is this man doing? Where is he going? Oh, the insignificant item. I didn't even know that that was there. You had a very fruitful experience. I thought he was going to do the tent glitch. Who does not use something significant, or something insignificant, rather.
That's
So,
two things I've learned.
yeah, I knew I knew that item existed, but I didn't know it was there. So, what happened with Siege? Because of that possibility, some people, when they know they're in the lead in a Boogey race, they will go to the arms dealer and they will actually buy some bombs on like Ness and Paula, just to kind of seal the deal. Obviously, with how far apart they were, a safety save would not be in the cards because a death would take too long. But in that case there, he could have actually went to the arms dealer and put a couple bombs like on Ness and Paula, because Paula is basically useless in that fight. Unless you take a fight like in the graveyard or somewhere else like a pumpkin kid or whatever and get fire, she can't really do much damage. But yeah, the safe strat, the wuss strat, is to do defend BBR, just to guarantee that BBR gets off. Obviously for PB attempts, unless you're just on like a crazy pace, you really don't want to do that. Because the odds of that happening are so low, because it's 1 out of 4 that Boogey doesn't hit the Teddy, which he did have, and then it's 1 out of 4 for him to attack. He's only got 1 attack, and then it's only 1 out of 3 for him to hit Jeff. So it's very, very low. It's like a 1 out of 48, I think.
Is that what the
like
math
that.
comes out to?
Something like that. But he got it. Definitely happens.
1 out of 4 times 1 out of 4 and times, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Or maybe would it be 40? I think it would actually be 46. Let's see. Nope, 48. I was right.
Because I think it's 1 out of 4, 1 out of 4, and make it 1 out of 16, and then from there, 1 out of 3 for that, right?
Yep. So what's happening with Siege here? All of the areas in the game are on one giant map, and the circus tent in particular is on the extreme bottom right. And since he's checking this spot on the right, he kind of wedged himself in there onto a particular pixel. And since you can open things at a distance, you can talk to NPCs at a distance. In general, you can interact with things at a distance. He's checking at a distance, and he's checking a completely unmapped spot. And for whatever reason, it must go past like the normal bounds of the memory or whatever for the areas, and it just starts pulling like random text from the game. Sometimes it can do even more. Like the game can crash. I've seen people get warped around, all sorts of stuff. So General coming out here. Got a clean exit. Gonna opt to skip the bear, skip the teddy. Gonna pop a skip. Flib going for the tank glitch as well. It's kind of a tradition since it's right there. Especially in a case like this where you're just killing time for the next race.
Keep going
Gayor.
east. All I
That's
got.
it for today.
Nice.
All right. Going with the defend BBR and the one shot. That's actually optimal.
Nice.
Boogey has 579 HP. GG Bracers. So that's sort of the side benefit to that strat is sometimes it's actually optimal to kill him. I mean, technically for Boogey, it's not. Optimal is the Rockin' and the BBR, because if you defend BBR, Paula doesn't have time to die, because Paula dying is the most optimal thing. And you have to actually do the Rockin', because Ness is always going to outspeed Jeff, and the Rockin' gives enough time for Paula to die. Now in Glitchless, defend BBR would be optimal, because Paula dying is actually a time loss in Glitchless. The only reason it's a time save here, like I said, is since timing ends on getting the fly honey rather than the kill.
Oh,
GG.
GG.
Everybody finishing. So
Give me back
Flib
that car
and
painter.
hell yeah.
That was 2 terrible car painters actually back to back.
Yeah, Car Painter's probably one of the worst in the whole entire run. It's because it's so RNG based. You can't even like really do much. It's like, do you get reflects or not?
Yeah, no, that was what happened. I got 1 reflect out of. So the first time around he did 4, and the next time he did 6 attacks. So 1 out of 10 for the 2.
Yeah, it's
fights.
pretty bad luck. So Flib and Siege are moving on to the finals.
General, do you want me to put audio through my microphone on
Yeah,
Discord?
that would work out. I was gonna say because
Alright,
like
let
my
me-
audio's
let me
not gonna
patch it
be
through my soundboard.
accurate.
Let me just turn off my other mic.
Why is my sound all of a sudden now it's up to date? I'm so confused, computer.
You're a beautiful man.
You guys getting EarthBound audio?
I can hear it. How's
I
everyone
can
else
hear it
feel?
too, yeah.
Is it too loud?
No, I think you can even turn it up like about 5% more.
I'll turn it up and maybe turn the mic that I'm using down a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Okay. Well, do you want to hit the restroom before we start this, or are you good to
Yeah,
go?
that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right,
I'm ready to
everyone, we
sing.
got the finals coming up here. It's going to be between SorcererSiege and FlibbityFlam, which is not either of the 2 runners from the last time we did this event. I was thankful to be in the finals for that one against DarkAlexandr, but then he embarrassed me, so we won't talk about that anymore. Mega March, Waldo. Calm yourself out there.
General's jamming.
Heck yeah, these are good beats.
Music sounds a tad loud.
Yeah, now it does at this moment on this scene. We'll just let him know when he comes back.
Yeah.
Siege, go ahead and turn it back down that little bit that I told you to turn it up.
Is that good?
I think so. What do you think, Siri?
Yeah. I've turned down it just a tad more.
Okay.
Just overpowering your mics a little bit.
Oh, got it. It's on my soundboard, so I can adjust it easily in the middle of the run. So
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
just tell me if it needs to be adjusted.
All right, perfect. Oh, we were still in for Flip. I'm going to use the restroom myself. So, guys, feel free to do what you got to do. And I will be R to the B.
And then Flip gets back.
Yep.
Hey, middleman. I can't believe that came down to the end. That was crazy.
That was hype. Siege got lucky there; they didn't die. You know, sometimes it's not your day.
Yeah, I totally lucked out. That almost didn't happen.
That was such a wild finish.
And I made the decision right before I was like, I'm not going to do the defend. And then I was like, oh, that bit me in the ass.
Yep.
That's
It's always
Boogey.
when you don't do it that you need it.
Dude, that's so strong.
Beautiful.
He's swole, dude.
So strong.
He's swole. I wouldn't mess with him. Bum, 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 bum. So many good combos with those emotes.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Such good menu music.
It really is.
Yeah. Such great music.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
OST in this game is just phenomenal.
Yeah, this opening screen in particular just bops all over.
Yeah.
There's one I was hoping they would have on the
It's got Monty Python in it apparently, like samples.
Yeah. It's got little samples of it. You can hear her there. As badly as I want to win, I'm not going to lie. Flib, like, making a comeback from the last time, that first race that you had last time, to, like,
man.
winning this would be freaking awesome.
That would be great.
And I've seen you practicing. You've really been doing your work.
Ooh. I don't
Yeah, he
mind
had
losing, but like coming in last, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, nobody likes that. But yeah, for anyone that didn't see the beginning, Flib had 3 bomb drops in Giant Step. I've never seen it happen before. He threw one away though, because no man can have 3 bombs. Too many.
It's true. It's too powerful.
Nobody should have that much power. That's what I said. Dude, we did the math. That is a 1 in 2 million chance. 1 over 128 to the 3rd power.
And how many runs have you done to this, Flib?
Let's see, 144.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, I've never seen nor heard of anybody else getting 3. Even getting 2 is really, really rare.
Did General say he wanted us to wait? Or did he tell us to go? I missed it.
I don't... I think he said he was coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back, yeah.
We're taking over, boys.
Yup. Yeah, I guess you're right. We could start without him. But he didn't say. He didn't say how long.
He probably just has to get a protein shake, I would imagine.
Probably. Games
How
are
are the
good.
games
We're
going?
down. We're down to the finals. It's Flib and Siege.
And it's being Boogey %.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anybody's had a deathless run yet. I think everybody had at least 1 death.
Flip, did you have a death on that last one? A protoplasm.
Yeah, I did. No, not on
No?
protoplasm, but where did I have a death? Maybe I didn't.
Or did
I don't
you
think
not?
you died in Onet. I know your Onet
Maybe you
was
didn't.
good.
I was thinking everybody did.
No, I died on PRV. That's right.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. You got pincered up
I
above
got
the travel
pinched.
charm. That's right. Just get to hear this banging music.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Nope.
we lost Ceriam there for a second.
Oh yeah, my Discord was lagging. For some reason, whenever I'm in a voice call for too long, it starts getting like laggy. So I just went ahead and restarted it so it doesn't crash in the middle of it. Because I restarted it with Control R, but it didn't seem to be good enough. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. And it seems to do it sooner too, with like more people in the call, with like the screen sharing going on.
I mean, Discord's good. It's just not quite great yet.
Yeah, because I remember last time we did this, it actually just straight up, like it was laggy, but I was just ignoring it because it was still working, and it just straight up crashed and disappeared. I had to relaunch it. So just trying to be proactive about it.
Man, I'm gonna have to figure out this delay. This is so annoying.
What's causing it?
I have no idea. I thought it was voice meter banana, so I uninstalled that, restarted my computer, and I'm still getting it.
I like how this Terminator thing came out of nowhere. I don't even think they announced it.
Right?
Like, okay, what the hell's this? I guess there's
Go
a
watch
promo.
movie.
You're terminated.
So much hype, Janky.
Arnold.
With Almud. All of them, they did Twatch, not Twitch, Twatch.
Oh god.
Get to the chopper.